A hit and run in Riviera Beach that left a biker dead is under investigation tonight. Specifically, what may have led to that crash and whether or not the driver of the car who hit the biker was actually running from police at the time. CBS 12's Lena Salzbank has more on what happened.
The Riviera Beach Police Department tells CBS 12 News the investigation has been turned over to the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office. Now, Riviera Beach has not specifically said why they chose to hand over to PBSO, and the Sheriff's Office won't provide specifics either. Now, typically that kind of thing happens when an employee of the agency with jurisdiction may be involved, but again, we have no confirmation on that right now. Last Friday night, detectives say the driver of a 2020 Nissan Altima ran a red light at Avenue S and Blue Heron Boulevard before hitting two people riding a motorcycle. The 40-year-old driver of the motorcycle was killed. The video of the incident, posted on Instagram's Only in Palm Beach TV, shows the moments leading up to the crash. You can hear a siren and see the Nissan flying through a red light, then the sound of a collision. At the same time, a police car drives into frame, no lights, no sirens, but the officer turns them on and goes through the intersection after the crash. After this video surfaced on social media and people began talking about whether this was part of a police chase, the Riviera Beach Police Department posted saying, quote, "We can share with you that the motorcyclist and the passenger were not connected to any police activity. Of course, the question isn't whether the motorcycle was being pursued, but the Nissan that ran the red light." We're just now learning the police officer driving that SUV has been placed on paid administrative leave. But again, we have no information right now about why that action has been taken or if either Riviera Beach Police or the Sheriff's Office are investigating whether or not the incident occurred during some kind of pursuit.
Martin County, the Sheriff's Office there now cracking down on hit and run crashes, solving several so far this year after dedicating a special unit just to solve those cases.
CBS 12 Treasure Coast reporter Dylan Ureman spoke with the Sheriff's Office to see how effective their efforts have been. He joins us live tonight. Dylan.
Jim and Liz, Martin County deputies have solved about a third of their unsolved hit and runs this year since launching this new unit in September, and that work is evident to county residents.
This has been an issue. It's a big issue for our victims. It costs them a lot of money.
Over the past few years, the Martin County Sheriff's Office has seen a surge in hit-and-run cases. Last year, there were more than 300 incidents, and in the first half of 2022, another 150 unsolved cases. That's why the Sheriff's Office decided to dedicate a unit specifically tasked with solving these crimes. Chief Deputy John Budenseek says this attention has paid dividends.
Sending the message that it's not okay to run into somebody else's car or their person and just drive off and nothing's going to happen to you. We're Martin County. We're going to do our best to track down that person and take action.
But it's not just deputies noticing a difference. J.D. Lewis IV practices both personal injury and criminal law in Stewart, and while he says the hit-and-run issue wasn't always obvious, it was a huge problem.
Well, it wasn't something that you would come here and immediately notice. It wasn't in your face as a driver, but it does happen. I can tell it's cleaned up. I've noticed I've got less cases that deal with those kinds of things.
He says his reduced caseload shows the effectiveness of this unit, and county residents say they can see that impact on the roads.
Well, I think if they solve that many, I think it's doing good, and it's needed for sure.
It seems to be effective if they're paying attention to it, and that's probably what it needed. It just needed some attention.
Chief Deputy Budenseek believes this added attention to hit-and-run cases will continue to make a difference for years to come. His only regret is that it didn't start sooner.
We feel like it's been such a success that had we started it sooner, we could have been that much more successful sooner.
Chief Deputy Budenseek urges drivers who are involved in a hit and run to think twice before running, as the penalty could include jail time.